Hi guys, this is not a clickbait. If you've been willing to migrate to Canada, maybe via the study route, and you could not meet up as a result of cash constraints, maybe as a result of the fact that Canada increased their POF and it's now times two, plus some of the colleges in Canada have a new policy before you apply as per the provisional attestation letter, which some of the requirements includes that you have to pay your full tuition fees for 1 year before you're being given your provisional attestation letter. Why I'm saying this is I know that a couple of people had these challenges, so they had to pause on their Canada immigration journey. So what am I saying? Um, about about 2 months ago or so, um, in a bid to cut down on net migration, Canada introduced a new policy on student permits eligibility requirements. So for colleges that are probably diploma or graduate diploma and all of that stuff, before you apply for your visa, the province is going to issue you a provisional attestation letter through the college that you're applying. So basically, there are different requirements per province as regards the provisional attestation letter. Some of the province requires that you have to, some of the colleges in certain provinces requires that you have to pay your 1 year full tuition fees before you issued the PL, which is a provisional attestation letter. Then you can apply for a visa. They started this so that they will be sure that you're serious about your student visa journey, or you're very serious about coming to study in Canada. This is a result of this is a means actually to cut down net migration so that people will actually be serious, or they actually will be honest about the pathway at which they're coming to Canada through. So a couple of people declined as a result of that. But yes, there's a good news for you. Um, the prime is it the prime minister or the IRCC leader, um, Honorable Mark Miller. Okay, the Minister of Immigration actually, Mark Miller, announced a program, which is the caregivers pilot program. It allows you to get a PR immediately you land in Canada as long as you pass the eligibility requirements, which I'm going to be discussing in the next few minutes. So if you're watching this video for the first time, you're welcome to my channel. On this channel, I share tips about immigration, travel, net migration, scholarships, and every other means to enable you jackpot or travel abroad. Um, Please like and share this video. If this is your first time or returning subscriber, ensure to click the um, notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be one of the first persons that will be notified. Thank you so much for watching. So let's get started with the caregivers pilot program. Caregivers, as we know, those that look after those with special needs, the needy, the aged, those that are having disabilities and all of that. And before you qualify as a caregiver, there are certain requirements that you need to have. One, you need to have a work experience to showcase your skills and your experiences in that field, because it's a very sensitive field. They work closely or hand in hand with healthcare workers such as nurses and doctors, and they necessarily do may not work together, but they have something close, which includes looking after people that are in need, and there's also certification required before you become a caregiver. You need to have the experience, you need to have that certification and all of that. So they've not yet launched the program, but they are planning to do that at least before the end of the year, so that you when you get a job, immediately you land in Canada, you get your permanent residency, which is actually an exciting pilot program. So for those of you in other countries like the UK, where the immigration policies are becoming stricter by the day, I think you should consider this pathway. This is not just for people that are in Nigeria or other parts of the world trying to migrate to Canada. For those that are not having fair immigration policies in the country at which they are working as care workers, this is an awesome opportunity for you to jump on and start getting yourself ready to apply for this program and become a permanent resident in Canada. So let's continue. So some of the eligibility requirements before you apply, even though they're yet to, bring out the full eligibility requirements, at least a few ones that you would need before you apply is one, you need to attain a minimum of level 4 based on the Canadian language benchmarks, which is the CLB. The Canadian language benchmarks is obviously the test result requirement for you to be able to show a proof of language English language proficiency, and we have two um, approved language requirements in Canada that if you show them, that means you're eligible to apply. One of the two approved tests is the IELTS and the CELP. The IELTS is the International English Language Testing System, while the CELP is Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. So you need to attain a minimum of CLB level 4. So for IELTS CLB level 4, that means you must have nothing less than 3.5 in reading, 4.0 in writing, 4.5 in listening, then 4.0 in speaking. So it should be nothing less than this. If I would advise you to not um, prepare less for your IELTS, because the minimum is reading 3.5, writing 4.0, listening 4.5, and speaking 4.0. No, try to have a result, a test result that's going to be far above this, so that it gives you a better opportunity for you to stand out in the crowd. Because trust me, this is going to be competitive because a lot of people want to jump on these opportunities. So you don't want to be living on the benchmarks, like you don't want to be on the bare minimum. So you better just, I'll advise you, prepare for your IELTS properly so that you'll be able to score way higher and stand a higher chance. So that's about the language requirements. No, 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 we're not done. We have the CELPIP level 4, which is the other approved test for the Canadian immigration journey. So for CELPIP, for you to attain the CLB level 4, your reading has to be 4, writing 4, listening 4, then speaking 4. So that's it. So start getting yourself ready to put your language requirement together. So also you need to hold the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma, which is which is like the WAEC or the NECO for those that are Nigerians. So it's just the bare minimum high school diploma, which is the IELTS or no, sorry, not the IELTS, which is the WAEC or the NECO. And thirdly, you need to have recent or relevant work experience. Just like I said earlier, you need to have been working in care, have some experience in care, maybe there, volunteering or working as a full-time job. And I'm sure having having certifications in care would actually boost your chances of getting a job. last one is you must have received an offer for a full-time care home care job. So this is actually the bare minimum that they listed out. When the pilots program is launched, we're going to be seeing the full eligibility requirement. So this is actually the bare minimum that you should have. At least you need to have a CLB level 4 test, minimum of level 4. Need to have at least a Canadian high school diploma equivalent, which is the WIC or NECO, at least have a recent or relevant work experience. So if I were you and I'm interested in working in care or have a passion in care, um, I think you should start getting yourself ready. Start preparing for your IELTS. Start gaining certifications in care as well as try to secure work experience. For the UK, I know that they have Allison. Allison is a website that offers care trainings. It used to be free, but I don't know if it's still free. So maybe you can do your due diligence. Then they have also Academy. These are free ones as well, I think. I may not be too sure, but this is for the UK though. But there's still other certifications you can get from Harvard. They can just pay a token and get the certificates on care for the elderly and certain medical lines or courses that will be able to, balance up the care requirements. So this is about the care, the healthcare workers or the care pilot program in order to gain permanent residence in Canada. So please do your due diligence and start making your researches while starting putting down the bare minimum together, which includes the benchmark. I think if you don't have an item results, I think you should start applying for IELTS or start getting ready for the exam because it's one of the requirements, and it's always a requirement when it comes to the Canadian permanent residency journey. No. So that's about it. Put your things, your stuff together so that whenever this program is launched, one thing about new pilot programs is the first persons that benefit from it are usually the persons that's gonna find it pretty easy. The moment people start migrating via this route, you now see newer policies, and it starts becoming tighter and stronger and newer updates. So the first persons that actually take advantage of this pilot program will be the first persons that will be able to enjoy it seamlessly without too much competition. In as much as I know that there'll be competition, yes, no doubt, because people will be coming from all over the world to gain access to Canada via this route, especially those that are already working in the UK that are not comfortable with the newer policies that keep coming out by the day. So they want to take advantage. I mean, people that are not UK nationals that probably migrated to the UK via this route, or they working in care because they want to keep up with the status of their visa, of their residency, of their residence visa, and also applicants from all over the world. So it's essential that you don't be the first persons that's going to take advantage. And how do you become the first persons? You need to start putting together the bare minimum and start fine tuning your resume and gather more certifications that will make you stand out, as one of the first few persons that will be selected for this new pilot program. So that's about the Canadian caregivers pilot program. So do your due diligence and start dusting off your CV, getting the work experience, certification, and all of that. And I wish you all the best as you embark on this journey. Please like this video, share it to your family and friends that you think may be of benefit to them, and keep subscribing on my channel. Thank you so much and have a great day.